Have you ever actually looked at the cost for the estimates that you write up for customers? Like looked at the math? You have the diagnostic fee, you have the labor rate, and you have the parts. And then you add everything up and you look at the total and you're like, where the hell did that extra 50, 75, or $100 come from? Look at what your shop is charging for shop supplies. Sometimes the shop supply charge is more than the technician makes an hour. And the explanation for that is usually something like, oh, that covers gloves and paper and electricity and tools and rags and brake cleaner shop supplies. Okay, but I didn't use $70 worth of gloves on this repair. I didn't use $70 worth of rags. I didn't use $70 worth of brake cleaner. And I certainly didn't use $70 worth of electricity if all I did was scan a code, look over a few things, and test drive. Listen for a noise. So here's my question. Why are we charging shop supplies on a diag that all you're doing is using a scan tool, going on a test drive, and a visual inspection? And another question, if that test drive is part of the diagnostic, why isn't the technician compensated for whatever additional time that takes? Because this is where things start to get insane, okay? The customer is paying for the diagnostic. They're paying a shop supply fee. They're paying the labor rate. They're paying the parts markup. They're paying all these different charges that supposedly represent the cost of doing business. But the technician is still standing in the bay trying to figure out how to make a 10-year-old scan tool communicate with a car while the fucking air compressor's over there just blowing air out of it, And then management wonders why the technician is pissed off. Now, I'm not saying shops shouldn't charge for legitimate operating costs. They absolutely have costs to operate. Chemicals cost money. Towels cost money. Gloves cost money. Waste disposal. Equipment costs money. Electricity. Running a shop isn't free. I'm not arguing that. I'm asking a different question. How much of the shop supply fee is actually going towards these costs? Because let's say a shop averages $30 in shop supplies per repair order. That's an average. Let's say they write 80 repair orders a day. That's $2,400 a day. 5 days a week, that's $12,000 a week. 52 weeks, $624,000 a year off shop supplies alone. Just from that one line, that one charge on the repair order. Now imagine what that looks like across a dealer group with multiple stores. And again, I'm not saying that $624,000 is all profit. I'm not saying the shop doesn't have legitimate expenses. What I'm saying is that's a hell of a lot of gloves, dude. That's a shitload of brake cleaner, a lot of paper, a lot of electricity. So where does the money actually go? And then you think about, go to Walmart, go to Lowe's, go to Home Depot, go buy something. Let's say you walk into Home Depot and you buy a $400 tool. You get to the register. The cashier rings it up. The tool is $400. Sales taxes, whatever. And then store supplies fee, $32. What's that? That's what you're going to ask them. What is that? Oh, that's for electricity, cleaning supplies, employee gloves, shopping carts, paper, equipment maintenance, and the cost of operating the store. You'd look at them like they're fucking idiots. Those are the cost of running a business. They're part of the cost of running a business. They're built into the business model. Go to Walmart and buy a $20 tool. They're not going to ring it up for $20 and then add another $2-3 on it because somebody had to clean the floor you walked by. Go to Lowe's and buy a $500 air compressor. They're not going to add another $50 because the lights were on while you were fucking shopping. Go to Home Depot, buy something. They're not going to charge you a separate fee because the shopping cart you put them in had to be maintained. Those businesses have operating expenses. They have employees, they have electricity, they have buildings, they have cleaning supplies, they have equipment, insurance. They have all the same basic costs of operating a business. They just generally build those costs into the price of what they're selling. But automotive repair is different because automotive shops actually, they do consume materials during the repair, right? We use brake cleaner, towels, chemicals, grease, gloves, all kinds of shit. We have waste disposal, right? There are legitimate costs associated with repairing a vehicle. So I'm not saying automotive shops should just eat the costs. I'm asking, why does automotive repair need a separate charge for them? And if we're going to separate the costs of shop supplies and specifically charge for them, then shouldn't we be able to explain to the customer what they're paying for? Is it based on actual materials used? Is it a percentage of the repair? Is it a flat fee? Is there a maximum? Does a $150 repair generate the same shop supply percentage as a $3,000 repair? And if it is a percentage, why? Why is it? If shop supplies are supposed to represent actual consumable materials, then theoretically, the amount of consumables used should have some relationship to the amount being charged, right? But that's not always how it works. A technician might spend 10 minutes diagnosing a problem. Maybe use a scan tool, a multimeter, a visual inspection, maybe a short test drive. And there it is, on the ticket, shop supplies. Meanwhile, another repair might involve brake cleaner and towels and whatever, other consumables on the same line. Different actual usage, right? They actually use stuff. So what are we charging for? And again, I'm not saying this is wrong. I'm just saying explain it, okay? Because customers deserve to understand what they're paying for. Technicians deserve to understand it too. Because technicians see the other side of this. We know what the shop actually looks like. We know when the lifts are broken, when the alignment machine is not calibrated, when the tire machine is falling apart, when there's one good engine hoisted in the shop that everybody has to fight over. We know when the AC machine's always messed up, when the air hoses all leak. We know all that. We know when a special tool we need hasn't been purchased because management says it's too expensive, it's not in the budget. And then the customer is charged another $40 in shop supplies. That's where the disconnect happens. Because from the technician's perspective, we're hearing, oh, we charged the customer to cover the cost of operating the shop. But we're looking around the shop and we're going, then why the hell doesn't the shop look like you're spending any money on it? That's the question. And I think that that's the part of this conversation that gets overlooked. Maybe shop supplies aren't really about reimbursing the exact cost of the gloves and the brake cleaner used. Maybe there's simply another way of recovering operating costs. Okay, then say that. If that's what it is, explain it. Because if it's a operating expense, that's no different from a retailer having rent, electricity, employees, insurance, cleaning, equipment maintenance, and everything else. Those businesses have to recover those costs too, right? They just generally don't put a mysterious store operating supplies fee on your receipt. They price their products and services so the business makes enough money to cover the cost of operating. So why does the automotive repair industry handle it differently? That's the legitimate question. And here's where I think the conversation should go next, okay? If you're going to charge it, what are you doing with it? Because let's just say a dealership is collecting hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in shop supply charges. What happens to that money? Is it being used to maintain the equipment? Is it being used to replace worn out equipment? New diagnostic equipment? Is it being used to improve the shop? Is it being used to make the technician's job easier? Is it being used to make the shop safer? Or does it just disappear into some bucket where nobody ever talks about it and nobody knows what happens to it? Bonuses. I'm just saying, that's where it goes. Because if that's the case, don't be surprised when technicians start looking at that line and asking questions. And here's another thing. The customer doesn't know what that charge means either. Most customers aren't sitting there thinking, oh yeah, $48.75 for the appropriate allocation of consumable operating materials. You know? They ain't thinking about that. They're looking at the estimate and going, what the fuck is this? And then somebody at the counter says, oh, that's just shop supplies. Just shop supplies. That doesn't explain anything. What supplies? How much? Why that amount? Is it based on actual materials used? Is it a percentage? Is there a cap? How's it calculated? Where does the money go? Those are reasonable questions. That's what I would ask. And I think the industry should be able to answer those questions. Because transparency, right? If there is a charge and it's legitimate and necessary, explain it. If the shop can tell customers, here's what this covers, here's why we charge it, here's how it's calculated, and here's what we do with that money. Good. Then at least everybody understands the game. But when a customer sees a vague, miscellaneous charge and the explanation is basically, that's just what we charge, that's when people start losing trust. And technicians see the other side of it. We're being told that these fees help cover the cost of operating the shop. Okay, then why am I using a broken fucking drain bucket that leaks and barely rolls? If I worked on 10 cars today, busting my ass, those shop supply fees that you charged on those 10 cars could have bought me a new drain bucket. But hey, it's been 3 years. I've been using the same one. Where's the money going? Why am I waiting 3 weeks for a fucking tire machine to get repaired? Why are technicians buying their own equipment just to make their jobs easier and possible? Why are we being told there's no money for a $1,000 fucking piece of equipment while the customer's being charged hundreds of thousands of dollars every year for the cost of operating that shop? Explain it. You know, what if shops actually treated shop supply revenue as an investment in the people and equipment producing the work? Every month you can have a budget: lifts, compressors, diagnostic equipment, tools, special tools, tire machines, alignment, ventilation, fans, air conditioning, lighting, safety equipment. Things that technicians actually use and need. Imagine telling your technicians, okay, part of that shop supply revenue is being reinvested into the shop. Here's what we bought this month. You think your technicians wouldn't notice that? Of course they would. Because the technicians are not fucking stupid. They know when a shop is making money, and they also know when the money isn't coming back into the place where they're fucking working. And that's the bigger issue. It's not the charge itself. It's what the charge represents. If you're telling customers that this is part of the cost of doing business, then some of that money should actually help create a better environment to do business in. Because here's the reality. A technician with better equipment can work more efficiently. A technician who doesn't have to fight broken equipment all day can produce more hours, more income, more money, more numbers. A technician who isn't constantly frustrated by the condition of the shop is probably going to have a better attitude. And a tech who has the equipment necessary to do the job correctly is less likely to waste time trying to improvise repairs. So maybe shop supplies aren't just about gloves and brake cleaner. Maybe they should be viewed as part of the investment required to operate a professional repair facility. And if that's what they are, then invest in the fucking shop. Invest in the repair facility. Because why am I using a broken drain bucket that leaks and barely rolls, you know? Why am I working underneath a lift that's older than some of the technicians in the shop? Why am I waiting on equipment that should have been replaced 2 years ago? Why am I buying tools out of my own pocket when the customer is being charged a shop supply fee? Why does the shop have money for another management training program, but not for the equipment technicians have been asking for? That's where technicians start connecting the dots. And once they start connecting those dots, the shop supply charge becomes more than just another line on a repair order. It becomes a symbol of the disconnect between what the customer is being charged and what the technician actually experiences. And then there's another side to all this: trust. Customers already don't trust dealerships and automotive repair shops. Technicians don't trust management. Management doesn't always trust the technicians. And then we throw a vague miscellaneous charge onto the customer's repair order and basically say, oh, don't worry about that. That's not how you build trust. Transparency builds trust. Explain the charge. Explain what it covers. Explain how it's calculated. And then actually use that money to improve the operation. And if you've been collecting that kind of money year after year and the technicians are still working with worn out equipment, broken tools, inadequate diagnostic equipment in a shop that looks like nobody's invested a dime in it in years, then the technicians are going to notice. Customers are going to notice. And eventually, somebody's going to ask, hey, where the hell is all that money going? Now, I'm not saying every shop supply fee is some giant scam. It isn't. I'm saying the industry should be able to explain the charge. And if the charge is there to recover the cost of operating the repair facility, then technicians should be able to look around their workplace and actually see some evidence that that money being collected to operate the business is helping operate the business. Because if you're charging the customer for the cost of doing the job, then the people doing the job should have the tools and the environment necessary to do it. So the real question is, what are we actually charging for? How much are we collecting? And what are we doing with the money? Somebody please answer that below, okay?